right, Leeds fans. Gotta love those wins and that 7-game unbeaten streak. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that defense under Fark. It's been a while since we've seen that kind of solidity.
For sure, but gotta be honest here. Something's missing, isn't it? That Bristol City draw, it felt kind of flat.
Yeah, we're just not creating enough, those clear-cut chances. The kind that get Ellen Road roaring.
Exactly. And we all thought Manor Solomon, that loan signing from Tottenham, he'd be the answer, right?
It made sense on paper, right? Pace, trickery, experience.
But 4 appearances in, the stats are, well, they're not pretty, are they?
No goals, no assists, not even a single big chance creative. And just to be clear, that's when a player should realistically score.
And then there's that number 29 times he's lost possession in those 4 games.
Makes you think, right? Is Solomon really the right fit for Fark's system? And you know what? This is where things get interesting.
Oh, here we go. Spill the tea. What's going on?
Remember Ryan Kent, that winger we were linked with back when Bielsa was in charge?
Yeah, the Rangers legend. Speedy, skillful, always causing mayhem.
Well, he just left Fenerbahce, and get this, he's a free agent.
Wait, seriously? You're kidding. That's massive. Especially with how tight the finances are these days.
And apparently Leeds still have him on their radar. Now, before you get too excited, let's break this down properly.
All right, lay it on me. What's the deal?
At Rangers, Kent was on fire, 33 goals, 56 assists, and 218 appearances.
Those are some serious numbers, man.
But it's not just about the stats. Imagine Kent threading those passes to Nanto, to Pirro, to Joseph. Gives me chills just thinking about it.
Our attack suddenly becomes a whole different beast.
To really get why this is so exciting, we need to compare Solomon and Kent's styles.
Okay, hit me with the tactical breakdown.
So far, Solomon has been more about individual flashes, trying to beat his man one-on-one. But Kent at Rangers, he was all about creating for others. In his last 3 seasons there, he racked up 43 assists. That's an average of 14 assists per year.
Wow, those are promotion numbers right there.
And the key difference is, Kent's assists weren't just lucky crosses or deflections. He consistently created high-quality chances.
So he wasn't just getting assists, he was setting up goals that should have been scored.
Exactly. And we can actually see this in his expected assists, XA. That's a metric that measures the quality of chances created.
Okay, so Kent was creating loads of chances. What about Solomon? How does that compare?
Well, Solomon's XA so far has been, let's just say it needs improvement. It's nowhere near the level Kent was producing.
So it's not just about the final ball, right? It's about the vision, the decision-making, that instinct to unlock defenses.
Exactly, and that's what Kent brings to the table. Now, before we dive deeper into Kent's potential fit at Leeds...
Hold that thought. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you don't miss part 2 of our Ryan Kent deep dive, only here on Leeds United News Now.
All right, welcome back to Leeds United News Now. Let's get right back into it, yeah? Ryan Kent and how he'd actually fit into Fark's system.
Yeah, because it's one thing to look at stats right, but it's another to actually see how he would function on the pitch.
Exactly. Now, Fark, he loves that 4-2-3-1 formation.
Our bread and butter these days, right?
Yep, and he wants his wingers to be direct, aggressive, always looking to cut inside and just create chaos.
Thinking back to those Rangers highlights, Kent definitely fits that mold.
Absolutely. He loves to take on defenders, dribble at pace, draw in multiple players.
And that's what we need right now, right? Someone who could really stretch defenses, open up space for Nanto, Pirro, Joseph.
Imagine this, right? Kent gets the ball out wide. He's one-on-one with the fullback.
He's got that burst of speed, cuts inside, and
either goes for goal himself or slips a perfectly weighted pass to a teammate running into the box.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. That's the kind of attacking threat we've been missing.
And remember, Kent's not just a one-trick pony. He can cut inside on his right foot, deliver a pinpoint cross with his left.
So he's versatile, can adapt to different situations.
Exactly. Now, we got to address the elephant in the room, though. His time at Fenerbahce.
Yeah, 1 goal in 19 appearances. That's a long way from his Rangers form.
Yeah, it's a valid concern. But you got to remember, adapting to a new league, new country, a new style of play, it's not easy.
And the Turkish Super League, I mean, that's a whole different ball game compared to the championship.
For sure. Plus, from what I've heard, Fenerbahce, they were going through some tactical upheaval, managerial changes.
So it's possible that Kent just wasn't a good fit for their system at that time.
That's what we got to investigate further. But even if we sign him, we have to remember he can't play until January.
It's a long wait, especially if our attack doesn't pick up soon.
True, but just imagine this, right? Kent comes in, gets acclimated, works on his fitness, and by January, he's raring to go.
He could be that mid-season injection of energy, that X factor that pushes us towards promotion.
Okay, now before we all get too carried away, let's talk finances.
Yeah, free agent sounds great on paper, but there's always a cost, right?
Absolutely, wages, that'll be a major factor. Kent was reportedly on a hefty salary at Fenerbahce.
He's not going to take a pay cut to come to the championship, is he?
Unlikely. So we really need to think about how his wages would fit into our overall budget.
Would signing him limit our ability to strengthen in other positions?
That's the key question. Maybe a solid center back is more urgent than another winger.
Or maybe we could swing both, right? Bring in Kent to Tandy, target another key signing in a different area.
Now you're thinking strategically. It all comes down to planning, prioritizing, making those tough decisions.
All right, so we've looked at tactics, we've considered finances.
Yeah.
But what about the man himself?
What kind of personality is Kent bringing to Ellen Road?
Exactly. We need someone who's a good fit for the dressing room, someone who can handle the pressure.
What I've heard is that Kent's a quiet leader, very professional, lets his football do the talking.
And he's got that experience of playing for a big club, dealing with those high expectations.
He's won trophies, played in European competitions. That kind of experience is invaluable.
And let's be honest, he's a fan favorite, right? Those skills, that flair. He'd get Ellen Road buzzing.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Gut feeling on Kent. Is he the missing piece of the puzzle?
It's a gamble, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But the potential upside, massive. That creativity, that experience, he could really elevate our entire team.
And if it works out, imagine those scenes at Ellen Road. Kent whipping in crosses, Nanto and Pirro bagging goals left and right.
Oh man, chills. But we gotta be realistic too, right? He might struggle to regain that Rangers form.
It's possible.
Yeah.
And then we're stuck with a hefty wage bill and a player who's not delivering.
So what's the verdict? Do we go for it?
It's a tough call, but I think if the finances work out and Fark believes Kent is the right fit.
It's a risk worth taking. And you know what? We want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments. Is Ryan Kent the answer to our attacking woes?
And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss part 3 of our deep dive. We'll be exploring alternative transfer targets.
Right here on Leeds United News Now, your one-stop shop for all things Leeds United. Welcome back to Leeds United News Now. We've been going deep on this Ryan Kent situation, haven't we? Weighing the pros and cons.
Yeah, and trust me, there's a lot to unpack. It's not just about signing a player, it's about a potential shift, in our transfer strategy.
That's what I find so interesting about this whole thing.
Yeah.
If we go for Kent, it shows we're willing to be opportunistic, right, to snag a bargain.
Exactly. Remember, a few years back, we were reportedly ready to drop, 15 million pounds on him?
And now, we could get him for free. That's a massive saving, especially for a club like ours.
Yeah, it suggests a real focus on finding value, being shrewd in the market.
Which is exactly what we need in the championship.
Yeah.
We can't be throwing money around like some Premier League clubs.
No, it's about being smart, maximizing every pound we spend.
And this Kent deal, if it happens, it would be a real testament to our scouting network, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. They've clearly been tracking him for a while. They know his strengths, his weaknesses.
They believe he can make a real impact here at Ellen Road.
And that trust in your scouting department, it's vital. They're the ones who see these players week in, week out.
They're the ones who can spot those hidden gems, those players who might have slipped under the radar.
So, signing Kent, it's not just about adding a talented winger. It's about backing our recruitment process.
It's about sending a message, isn't it? That we're building for the future, making smart, strategic decisions.
And I think the fans appreciate that. They want to see a club that's well-run, not making rash decisions.
I want to see a club that's thinking long-term, right?
Yeah.
Building a sustainable foundation for success.
And that's what this potential Kent signing represents, I think, at least from my perspective.
It's about ambition, yeah, but it's also about being sensible, making moves that make sense for the club as a whole.
Okay, so we've talked tactics, finances, strategy.
But at the end of the day, it all comes down to this: will Ryan Kent rediscover that Rangers magic at Ellen Road?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And honestly, none of us have a crystal ball.
But we can analyze, we can speculate, we can dream.
And that's what we're here for, right? We're here to break it all down for you, give you the insights you need.
To help you understand what this potential signing means for Leeds United.
What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Is Ryan Kent the missing piece of our puzzle?
And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future deep dives. We've got it all. Exclusive interviews, tactical breakdowns, transfer rumors, all things Leeds United.
Right here on Leeds United News Now, your one-stop shop for all things Whites. Thanks for joining us, Leeds fans. Keep the faith, and we'll see you next time.